Alhamdulillah, Majlis Khuddam Canada is blessed to have the opportunity to conduct another Ijtima, National Ijtima of Majlis Khuddam Canada. We have conducted many Ijtimas. Every year there is an Ijtima. But have you ever thought that how this Ijtima came to be? What started this Ijtima? How were the first proceedings? How were they conducted? So, a brief intro to how Majlis Khuddam came to be. In 1938, Hazrat Sayyidina Muslim Maud initiated Majlis Khuddam. And in the same year, 1938, on December 25th, the first Ijtima of Majlis Khuddam was conducted. There are a few interesting things about it. Number one, that originally it was supposed to be on 22nd October 1938, but then Hazrat Muslim Maud said that because in a day or two Ramadan was starting, so he said that we will have this Ijtima near Jalsa Salana Qadian. Jalsa Salana Qadian that year was supposed to be on 26th December 1938. The National Majlis Khuddam Ijtima was held on 25th December, a day prior to Jalsa Salana Qadian. So it was unique in a sense that everybody who was there for Jalsa Salana, every Khadim attended the National Ijtima, the first ever National Ijtima. When the first Ijtima was happening, it wasn't something that we see today. What do you see today? You see that a huge marquee set up. You see that thousands of people are coming for Ijtima, right? There are sports, there are educational competitions, there are workshops. That wasn't the first Ijtima. The first Ijtima was held in Masjid Noor, Qadian. It's the same place where the election of second Caliph, Hazrat Muslim Maud, was conducted. And if you see that masjid, it's a very small mosque. It's not a big mosque, right? That mosque being the first to conduct National Ijtima of Majlis Khuddam you can estimate how many people would have attended National Ijtima, right? The Ijtima wasn't for 3 days. It was just for one day, 25th December, right? Not even the whole day, part of a day. The beauty of the Ijtima was that apart from Tilawat and Nazm, the only speech, the only presentation given by anyone was our beloved Hazrat Muslim Maud himself. Okay? No other speech was given. So Hazrat Muslim Maud was the only presenter, he was the only speaker at that time. He spoke to Khuddam and the guidance he gave was amazing. Hazrat Muslim Maud started his speech by saying that the entire progress of a nation depends on its youth, which in other words is the same saying as nations cannot be reformed without the reformation of youth. So Hazrat Muslim Maud said these words, then he presented 16 points, and those 16 points basically cover every single thing that happens in Ijtimas, right? Whichever country the Ijtima is taking place in, all those 16 points cover those Ijtimas. The first one was foster a sense of respect for Ahmadiyyat in our hearts. The second one is develop the quality of perseverance. The third one is cultivate the habit of hard work. Fourth, avoid relying on speculation and assumptions. Fifth, broaden your perspective and gain a deep understanding of current affairs. Sixth, instill the spirit of honesty. Seventh, participate in acts of service to humanity. Eighth, adopt truthfulness. 9. Always keep your purpose in mind. 10. Hold yourself accountable for the outcomes of your efforts. 11. If a mistake is made, be prepared to accept the consequences. 12. Even if an immense sacrifice is required for the nation's well-being, be ready to offer it. 13th, along with self-reformation, work towards improving the environment around you. 14th, use wisdom and sound judgment. 15, cultivate the spirit of obedience within yourself. And the last one, ensure that the progress of the community continues to move forward. So these were the 16 points that Hazrat Muslim Maud presented, and he wanted the Khuddam to adopt these and to act upon these. And this is how the first Ijtima came to an end. The second Ijtima that happened next year happened on the same date as previous Ijtima, 25th December in 1939. It was the same year when 25 years of Khilafat of Hazrat Muslim Maud and the 50-year jubilee of Jamaat Ahmadiyya was celebrated. And the interesting part was that because this Ijtima was also taking place a day prior to Jalsa Salana, so the Liwai Ahmadiyyat, the flag of Ahmadiyyat, was raised, and alongside the flag of Ahmadiyyat, the flag of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya was also raised during this Jalsa Salana. So this Ijtima and the Jalsa Salana of 1939 hold that special place in this sense that the flag of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya was raised during this year. This year the Ijtima was the same as last year. It was for one day, but there were 3 different sessions. The first session had 5 speeches. The second session only had the speech of Hazrat Muslim Maud radiyallahu anhu, and the third session was Majlis Shura of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. So the second Ijtima happened in the field next to Masjid Noor. It only had 2 sessions. The second session was where Hazrat Muslim Maud radiyallahu anhu's speech was, and that was it. That was the entire Ijtima, only for one day. In the second Ijtima, Hazrat Muslim Maud radiyallahu anhu said to Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya that because it's happening alongside Jalsa Salana Qadian, the management is having some problems to arrange both of them together. So there has to be another date for Ijtima. So the next Ijtima, the third Ijtima, was conducted in 1941 in February, and the Ijtima was unique because it wasn't just for one day, it was for 2 days. It was conducted on 8th and 9th February 1941, and on the first day there were 3 sessions. The first session had 5 speeches. The second session had the speech of Hazrat Muslim Maud radiyallahu anhu, and the third session had Shura of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. So this was the first Ijtima where Shura was conducted, and the second day was booked for the sports activities and sports competitions, and Hazrat Muslim Maud himself was there to see all the sports competitions. The 4th annual Ijtima of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya was conducted in 1942 in October. The interesting part, which is a faith-inspiring incident for all of us and a moral lesson for all of us, that happened around this Ijtima, which takes us back to the 12th point amongst those 16 points which Hazrat Muslim Maud presented in the first annual Ijtima before the Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. As we know, every year Alam-e-Inami, which is the flag of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya, is presented to the Majlis which wins the best performing Majlis. In 1942 for the 4th annual Ijtima was Lahore. Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya Lahore was bringing the flag of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya to Qadian. They were traveling on train from Lahore to Qadian. A very amazing incident happened, an unfortunate but a very amazing incident. Unfortunate in a sense that a Khadim was handing the flag of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya to another Khadim, and while he was handing the flag, he couldn't give it properly, so the flag flew out of the train. This was the unfortunate incident, of course. But the other Khadim, he did not care for his life. He did not care whether I would die or no. He did not care for anyone. He jumped from a fast moving train and he fell on the ground. And all the other people, when they saw him from the windows of the train, they thought that he died. But then suddenly this khadim gets up, ran to the flag, picks it up, and ran back to the train. He didn't care for his life, for the flag of Ahmadiyyat, which is that we have to sacrifice our life for our faith, right? So he actually sacrificed his life for the faith and for the flag of Ahmadiyyat, for the flag of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. So this incident occurred, and Hazrat Muslim Maud was so happy with this person. He and Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya gifted him and called him on the stage, and as a Muslim Maud showed this person to all the members of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya and said that he fulfilled his pledge. So these were some humble beginnings of how Ijtima of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya began, and now we see that Ijtimas are happening all over the world, in every country, Canada, USA, in all the big countries especially, and in smaller Jamaats as well. So we started from one Ijtima in Masjid Noor, where not even 1,000 members where not even hundreds can fit, to the marquees where thousands of people show up. And this shows that the Ijtimas are blessings, because people would not come, people would not show up if there are no blessings there, right?